Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have more Trump regrets to share, more stories about Trump voters entering the find out phase. So, first, let's talk about Elon Musk and all of the anti Musk sentiment that's building among Trump supporters. Check this out. Check out what this first time Trump voter said in a recent focus group.
I didn't expect him to be in that role, or even when I'm voting for Trump, I knew that he is there, but there are so many billionaires or so many other powers support any candidacy, right? It doesn't mean that they need to be 100% involved, like cutting jobs, changing things matter. Like he's not also an elected person. He was like put there by Trump.
So yeah, they're not digging Elon Musk. And then another person posted in a conservative Reddit group, quote, I didn't vote for President Musk. Another person posted, quote, it's hard to describe how I feel about Musk's involvement in all of this. On the one hand, this is a job that needs to be done. On the other hand, I can't help but feel like Musk's showboating of the entire situation is not a good thing. Like his whole move of changing his Twitter handle to Harry Balls just seems childish given his age and role. It just makes everything seem like a game when the role of government is supposed to be a serious matter. Yeah, that's what happens when you put unserious people in charge. Um, and this so called man who now has everyone's private data. Yeah, okay. Another person responded to a BuzzFeed article and they asked on BuzzFeed if anyone regretted their vote. This person replied, quote, I hate Trump now. I voted for him all 3 times, but don't remember voting for Elon Musk. Musk is the worst. And then other people are pissed off about Trump's handling of foreign affairs. A man tagged Trump on Twitter and he wrote, quote, I voted for you 3 times and donated numerous times as they hauled you into court. But if you fucking think you will use American taxpayer money to rebuild Gaza, you are as insane as they say you are. I will fight as hard against you as I did for you. Welcome to the club, guy. Another Twitter user replied to a post about the US becoming a commonwealth of the UK, which I don't know if you guys caught that, but this was about a month or so ago. This was something Trump actually floated himself. And they posted, quote, that's for Trump for me. Ceremonial or not, I turn because I am loyal to MAGA ideology and not to a person. I do not follow Trump. I will not vote for Trump. I regret voting for Trump. At this point, I wouldn't even speak to Trump. A 180 permanent break here for sure. So, for anyone listening to the podcast, who couldn't see that post, as I've mentioned before, I am not drunk. I'm not high. The person who wrote it could be, though. But I read what they wrote. I read what they write. Anyway, this next Twitter user has also done a 180 in regard to her thinking about Trump and the Palestinian people. In June, she replied to someone and said, quote, I'm Jordanian American. I think Trump will bring peace to the Middle East. I don't understand why any Jew would vote for Kamala. Yeah. Like to say, how's that working out for you? But we actually know how it's working out, which is not well. And there are a lot of people suffering because she later posted, quote, I regret voting for Trump. Relocating Palestinians to Jordan does not make sense. The economy is bad as it is. Long term, this is bad for Israel too. And then in another post, this same woman tagged Donald Trump and she told him why she disagrees with his relocation plans for Palestinians. And she ended her post with, quote, I regret voting for you. If only someone had warned her that it would be worse with Trump. And there are some Trump voters who either developed amnesia after 2020 or they just didn't pay attention during his first term in office because they seem to be completely caught off guard by his chaos. Here's what one focus group participant had to say.
I'm disappointed right now in the seeming lack of planning here. There's a lot of babies getting tossed out with the bathwater, to use an old-fashioned phrase, in this first few weeks. And of course, as usual, and I'm disappointed about this with President Trump because he served before, we're just forfeiting respect internationally daily. If we had a drinking game where everyone took a drink when the word reverse course or walking this back, we'd be drunk in 20 minutes.
I mean, what do you say to these people? You know, this is no different than his first term. It's a little worse. Actually, it's a lot worse, but it was still really bad in his first term. He was all over the place. It was chaos every day. And some of his supporters are now starting to realize, oh, he didn't actually have the power to reduce prices on day one. In fact, they're realizing he's making things worse. So on February 3rd, someone tagged Trump on Twitter and wrote, quote, "I'm getting pissed. Food and other goods will go up with congestion pricing. And now with these tariffs, who the heck can afford this? I'm starting to regret my vote. It's too expensive to live." Again, that was the beginning of February, right after he took office. Imagine what that person is saying this week. And then another Trump supporter posted on Twitter on February 26th, quote, "If mass deportations aren't actually happening and groceries are still expensive and inflation is still in full swing and the wars are still raging on and even the Epstein files aren't actually being released, then WTF did anyone actually vote for? What is Trump even doing?" Lining his pockets, person lining his pockets. Then this last man took a hard turn in only 4 months. In November of 2024, he posted on Twitter, in all caps, by the way, quote, "Congratulations, Mr. President-elect number 47, hashtag 47, hashtag voted for Trump." Well, February 25th, same guy tags Trump on Twitter and he tells him, quote, "This is crazy. Americans can't pay for rent or buy food, even with jobs. And now Trump takes away funding for help centers like Holy Family Institute, Salvation Army, United Way, etc. So Americans don't even have places to go now for help. I voted for you, but damn, DAM." For those on the podcast, I said DAM because that's how they spelled it in all caps. Damn, DAM. Anyway, yeah, so people were already getting very restless, very unhappy with how things were going almost 2 months ago, shortly after he took office. So again, I have so many of these that I'm trying to work my way through. That's why I'm still bringing you stuff from February and March, because there are just so many regrets that I haven't even caught up. I mean, I've brought you some more recent ones earlier in the week. Because they were very relevant to the whole tariff issue. I will definitely have more of those for you guys, but it has just been almost from day one, pissed off people going, what is going on? This is not what I expected. I'm not going to say this is not what they voted for, because this is what they voted for, but this is not what they expected. All right. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not. It is totally free, helps the show tremendously. If you can donate, truly appreciate it. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.